QGTV, we are right here with Social Club Misfits.
Here.
Marty Mar.
Yes.
Firm.
Good to be here with you.
How you guys doing?
The first person to ever get this correct.
Oh,
There was like, so Fernie, I'm like, I'm Marty.
everything's moving good right now.
That's good. So we're here, New York, SOBs.
Oh man.
SOB.
Where the legends are made, it says.
Listen, so how you feeling right now? Y'all about to take the stage?
Yeah, I didn't know SOB stood for Sounds of Brazil.
Yeah, it changed my whole. I just thought it was something like,
Sounds
regular.
of like bachata.
Bachata, okay.
Super optimum bass.
You know about that
Studios.
bachata? Is that South Florida talking right there?
That's South Florida, baby.
Oh, no, man.
South Florida.
I hear we got kind of like a South Florida connection, you know?
Listen, this is how we do. Miami, I was there.
Come on,
I
you
was
was there.
My
Let's
young
go.
time. Too much fun. Had to leave. Are y'all still in Florida?
Yeah,
Still there.
still South Florida.
What?
We had to weather through it. No pun intended.
We had to
weather
go
through
that. About to get those hurricanes. Wait till this global warning hit you.
Dang, it really hit us. Remember we had the storm that didn't do anything.
The thing is I remember like boarding up and everything for it, and it's just like a weird guilty pleasure. It's almost like you kind of want the storm to come because you're boarding up and getting ready, but then when you realize what you dodged, you're like, what was I thinking? How could I want this to land and ruin my whole house?
Exactly.
But it's weird because you're like, oh, we have a couple days off, but it would have been the worst.
Well, listen, talking about storms, your album,
Yeah.
okay, the misadventures
It's adventures.
of.
Friend of Marty.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me. I mean, the album's been out for over a month now. Numbers is doing very, very well.
Yeah, numbers are good. We're Billboard top of the charts on like 10 categories. Yeah, so right now we dropped about 4 videos. We have 2 more coming to finish it out. We're just excited, man. You know, we've got this great opportunity being with Capitol Records.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's just kind of like we have been in the game for a while independently. We're making music doing really well. Capitol picked us up. We're signed now. So it's almost like now we're starting from square one. It's like we're starting in a new place. So it feels like we're the rookie and the vet. You know, like we've been here for a while, but we're just starting because people are now starting to take notice, and we have the push that we needed for that to happen. So it feels good. It's new. It's scary, but it's amazing. It's like a God dream right now.
Awesome. So, I mean, what are you taking from the independent era and bringing it down to this?
I mean, we're still independent. We have a partnership deal with Capitol. So we basically have we're still independent, but they market, they license, and they handle, you know, the back of the house stuff, which is like all the stuff that really makes your record pop. You know, like it's all the people working behind the scenes that make records move. It's not the initial, like when people think that records just blow up, it doesn't work like that. You know, like it's all marketing, it's all, you know, it's all, it's the machine. So a lot of stuff that they've helped us with, so it's like our hustle with them, unstoppable. Unstoppable.
So, I mean, now, even talking about from the early days, y'all had, I mean, social media was there, but it's nowhere near where it is now.
You know,
so talk about it.
Everything's changing.
Absolutely. So many different platforms, so many different ways to like showcase what it is you want to, you know, put out there to the people. You know, if you want to build a brand, it's almost like a life hack, man. It's so easy to do it if you really put in the work. If you're putting in the work, your content and the things that you're bringing to the table, you know, can change lives and can, you know, move the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like now you have so many ways to get yourself out there. You know what I'm saying?
It's about being consistent with your product. You know, like, all right, you're gonna build something. You know, you don't just, you know, let's say every interview that you do is a brick. You know, you can't build a house with 1 brick. You have to build multiple. You know, you have multiple bricks to build up a big house. So the same thing with your brand. Like your brand has to be built brick by brick. And so when you're able to do that, then you can have something that lasts. But the problem is that a lot of people get so hyped up to do it, start it, don't see the results they want, and then so it's half-built houses. But you can't look back at a half-built house and think it's what I wanted or not. It's like, you know, the work has to be there. And the problem is that I feel like we're having our generation's having a shortage right now of people who actually want to work. Everyone wants it now. Blow up now. I got, you know, I have 10,000 followers. I made it. Like that's nothing. You know, like that's at one point that was something, but now it means nothing. So I just think it's being consistent, like huge. And so, you know, now social media has helped overnight celebrities become stars. And SoundCloud has changed people's lives and careers. And so it's kind of crazy how that all factors into what we do. Because when we first started, I feel like the first artist that like like utilize social media. You know, like it was a big deal to us. People were still doing the old school way of doing flyers and stuff, and we felt like that was like the next move, and it happened. And now we feel like the next move is streaming. So how could we adjust to that system and the paradigm of your life being controlled now via free music?
A lot of that stuff that we got from the independence, when even though we're still independent with the partnership, but it was just like all that stuff got us prepared. It was like a big dress rehearsal, so much blood, sweat, and tears, and nobody saw. All they could see was the grace. You know what I'm saying? So they never seen what was behind it, the hard work and everything it took us to get here. But the thing is that one of the things that makes us different is that everything that we learned, we still brought it with us, and we still practice it even on a corporate level.
Right.
So it keeps us grounded, it keeps us humble, because we know where we came from, humble beginnings, from shows with
10 people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we know we're like 5 or 5,000.
Making $100 a show.
Yeah.
We're feeling like, $1, baby. Pay for gas.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
And you guys talked about kind of the analogy of brick by brick.
Yeah.
And actually, your bricks
Gucci Man.
are actually bricks and not rubber bricks. And when I say that, I mean authenticity. And that's what I think I love about your music, is that it's real. A lot of times, you have this era of people, the fakeness, the beefs, and all that different type of stuff that's going on, but it's taking so much away from the music. And like one of my favorite songs on your album is "Love for Real."
Yeah.
And I think that might be the South Florida aspect, the Caribbean kind of song that came through. So
the guy who actually sings that's Nigerian.
Really?
So most of the songs that were coming out recently that have that island vibe to it are all Jamaican or Haitian or something around that. Especially Jamaican, which we're from South Florida, which
have all.
Yeah, I mean, my best men, 2 of them were Jamaican.
Oh. Wow.
And so. We have this culture, so we were like, how can we do it a little bit different? Right. So one of our friends, Dermola, he's Nigerian, so we mixed that island sound, which they do, like they're the best at.
Yeah.
It's probably a little faster in Nigeria, but like he killed it, and so he actually speaking Nigerian slang.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that because it's very similar to the islands, that's what we do. So it's actually that's the little thing that no one knows is that people keep saying it's like an island song. It's actually Nigerian.
Gave it a nice global.
Yeah,
nice world sound.
It's a world song. It's not, it's like a WizKid would have a world sound. It's not like, a reggae or it's a world, which is kind of cool.
Nice. So we're talking about going the world. What about an international tour? Where is the favorite city if you wanted to go right now? Where would you go?
France.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to come across the pond. We had a couple things in London, didn't pan out right now, but definitely across the pond, definitely overseas somewhere.
It's all about if we're gonna do it, doing it right.
Yeah.
We could right now go overseas. That's one phone call, and when you go overseas as an artist, you understand that's an investment.
Right.
It's almost like when we first started performing in the States, that was an investment. We were performing for free, and then we built it up so now we get paid for everywhere we go. But it's the same thing now in a new country. So we have to realize if we're gonna go to overseas, we gotta do it right. We can't waste opportunity. And, we don't want to go there if it's going to be 100 people. We want to go there if it's going to, we want to do it the right way.
Yeah, we can't just fly 20 hours and then fly right back. We would like to do a couple dates, make it worth our time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, and you guys have created your own, kind of realm, your own lane, especially with kind of the topics that you kind of talk about and the things that you guys rap about. I mean, how do you feel kind of this being perceived and how it's being kind of accepted as you move forward within the industry?
We always rap about the stuff we live and the things that we see as men. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the way the music has been perceived, it's been kind of something that we kind of expected, because it's like some kids tell us they cry, but some of this music is real deep. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we kind of living with them.
Right.
We've grown a generation. We have already been in it almost for sure 5 years. So we've had a whole generation grow. We've had marriages under our belt. People who met at our concerts. We've had people get a job on stage. We've had we feel sometimes real close to these kids because they're constantly in our emails. We constantly hear stories of how the music is changing their lives, and that kind of fuels it too. Because at the end of the day, we came into it to help the dynamic, to help change lives and things of that nature. So when we get those reports and we know that it's really happening, it's a beautiful thing for us because we know we're on the right path. Right. That all we want to do is help. You know what I'm saying? All we want to do is help people come up with us. We coming up, we want to bring you with us. You know, because we don't consider people who love the stuff we're doing our fans. They've been family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
So, what can we look for the future from
who tell us?
Yeah, so we dropped 4 videos for the last 3 months, which has been crazy.
Right.
We have 2 more videos coming out. We have Social Season and then Misfit Anthem coming out, both of them. You know, we're just excited. We have a lot of tours we're jumping on. We're finishing our tour that we're on, like our tour right now. So far, it's been sold out, which is really cool. We're going to Boston, Jersey, LA, sold out 3 times. So it's just kind of like, you know, right now we're just getting our feet wet for the rest of the year.
Right.
You know, we have 2 tours we're jumping on. The next tour is the Tempo tour in Austin. In April. That's like a mid-country tour, Ohio, Michigan. It's only like 10 dates, and then after that we have, you know, summers festivals, and then at the end of the year we have another tour, and then New Year we have Winter Gym, which is the biggest tour in the world, which we're jumping on a part of. So it's like, you know, just setting up for the future. You know, we have a new album going to be coming out next year. I mean, that's 12 months from now, but like next year, like, we're always thinking 2-3 years in advance of where we want to be. So we've been luckily, you know, all the plans have come to pass. Capital has been really cool to us and really, really good. So we're happy to be under them. And yeah, man, just more. You gotta keep in touch with us on Instagram and Twitter.
Where can they find you?
So Instagram is gonna be Social Club Misfits. Just write it in, and then Twitter. I guess you can just look up Social Club Misfits and you can run into us. But yeah, follow us. You know, we won't follow you back.
Yeah, do it. Absolutely, man. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, we stay working. So, you know, in the midst of all this touring, you're gonna catch us right back in the lab in July, cooking up another album because that's what it has to be.
Right.
You know, we're gonna continue to stay consistent. You know, continue to put out quality work, continue to do the best we can in the facet that we do. And we know that we have a certain lane, and we respect our lane, and we don't move around from it because we know that's where our gray zone is at.
Right.
And you know, at the end of the day, we know that's where God wants us at, so we're gonna stay faithful right there. You know, that's social all day.
Focus. Good. You have Marty Mark, Vern, the Social Club Misfits, QGTV. Thank you.
Love you guys.